Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back. So today's video is going to be part 3 of my decluttering for my makeup collection, where you're condensing 3 Alex drawers down to 2. Currently everything is in 2 right now, but it's very cluttered. So today we're doing the final part of this decluttering. Well, final part of the decluttering for my normal makeup. I still might do the Jeffree Star lipsticks, but today we're decluttering eyeshadow palettes. I'm stressed. I want to get rid of at least 10. They're very clustered. A 10 seems like a lot of palettes to get rid of, I'm going to be honest, but I'm going to try to declutter it. I do these every 3 months. I try to just narrow down my collection to things I'm actually going to use and things I actually wear. Today we'll see if I can accomplish that goal of getting rid of 10 palettes, but we'll see. Also, please do not ask me to send you any of these things because it makes me really uncomfortable. I'm going to be listing everything on my Depop. I usually list on Poshmark, which is where most of you guys follow me, but they take 20%. Depop only takes 10%, and as I could probably use the cash to, you know, get more makeup and stuff and get some of the makeup money that I spent back, could be great. So everything can be listed on my Depop, and it makes me uncomfortable when you ask me for stuff because I'm like, you know, it's weird. And if I declutter something you like, it's cool. We all have different preferences. I probably do like the palette that I declutter. It's just I have just so much I want to use things or have things I actually use. So let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and get started. I do have a few things on the side here that I've decided to declutter. I'm going to declutter the Power Canvas Primer by Laura Mercier because the pump is my favorite. This Flower Beauty foundation is not my shade, and I got my makeup bag from Adam's house and it has this makeup blocker in there, so I'm going to just declutter this. I don't know what to do with it. Since it is a wand, I might just throw it out. But this, I was sent this to review, but Adam and I both don't like it, and I put it in the shower, that's why I have a paper towel underneath it. It is the Radiant Labs Purified Anti-Stress Scrub and Soak for Body and Bath, so you can use it in the bath or the shower. And it just, we started up when it came, because it came like really separated and stuff, and it's still just, it keeps separating on us. It's like liquidy in the center and stuff, and it just leaves your skin really oily. Like I can feel the oil on the container right now. We're not a fan of the scent, and it just beads oil on the skin. Before or after body wash, it still leaves the skin really gross and oily, so we're not a fan of this. But since I was sent it to review, I wanted to talk about it, but would not recommend. Maybe other things from this brand is good, but it's a no. Decluttering that, just gonna throw it out. And also I have some stuff on the side here that don't fit in my regular 2 drawers. So I have 3 palettes from Kaleidos, so I'm keeping all 3 of these. Yeah, so we have Electro Turquoise, Astro Pink, and the Cyber Bronze. I'm keeping all 3 of these, but they don't fit in these drawers, so I have it on the side here on a little stool. The other ones I have over here is the Pat McGrath Mothership palette. This is not cruelty free, but it was a gift, so I did not spend any money on it, give my money and stuff. But my thoughts on this, because everyone wants to know how fancy stuff performs. The mattes were really good. I like the mattes. The glitters, I was really anticipating this being like my favorite thing in the world. They're kind of like glitter toppers. There's no base pigment to them. So all the glitters in here, except for this red one, seem like glitter toppers. They don't really have like base pigment, and there's a lot of fallout. But the mattes perform really well. So, I don't know. I need to play with it more, give my real thoughts on it. But I'm never going to like do a dedicated video on something that's not cruelty free. So I wanted to mention it since I do have it. And also thank you to who gave it to me. I have 2 palettes from Glamlight here. The Veggie Lovers and the Meat Lovers. And I'm keeping these. I am going to part ways with this blush palette by Tarte. It's the Big Blush Book. I have to keep another drawer away from my blushes because it's so big, but I'm going to declutter it just because it's enormous. But there's so many blush colors in here. It's really pretty. So this is our first declutter product. And I have 2 Juvia's Place palettes. And as much as I love Zulu, I'm tired of palettes being in other drawers. They don't fit. They're too tall. They won't sit in Alex drawers. I'm going to declutter Warrior because I have a lot of neutrals, but I'm going to keep Zulu. I mean, it's just so big and bulky, but Maybe pile. I love Zulu. I think about it all the time. I love it. When I think of Juvia's Place, I think of Zulu palette. But it's just so big and bulky that I never use it. So this is the maybe pile. We have decluttered 2 things so far. Well, and these things. But those are the palettes that don't fit in these regular drawers. So let's get to the palette drawers here. Okay, so this is like, a lot of these I reach for a lot are like right in the front here. So let's see. We have this Pizza Slice Lip Palette from Cosmetics, like on a Bijou beauty box. It's very neutral, very cool tone. I haven't used it yet. I'm going to declutter it because I love cool tone palettes. This looks really cute. But I have other palettes I'll reach for more, so we've decluttered 3. I'm going to keep probably most of these in this drawer, honestly. Daydream Palette by Alter Ego. Friendcation. I know I just did a palette collection video, so you've seen all these opened up, but if anyone missed that collection video, they can be like, why didn't you open them? So I'm opening them. I'm just not going to like talk about every single one. I just repurchased the Born to Run palette by Urban Decay. I decluttered this once before and didn't use it, but I bought it again because I missed it. But this is more my color scheme now, so it's stupid that I bought it twice, but if I wasn't using it in the first place, like I get why I decluttered it. Gemini by Melt. If I don't say anything, if I don't say declutter, I'm keeping it. Lunar Beauty, Life's a Drag. I don't know how I got this big, like, huge line across this one. I don't know how that happened. So we're keeping these. I'm obviously keeping the Gwen Stefani Urban Decay palette. I'm almost hitting pan on this shade. I have the Bare Necessities Depotted from Colourpop in this big palette here. I think if I had a thing to declutter these in, if I had like a magnetic palette, I would declutter these Anastasia shadows because I don't use them. So I'm going to stick this palette to the side. If I can find something to put these two in, like an empty magnetic palette, I will declutter both of these contouring shades from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going to declutter the Coral Obsessions palette by Huda Beauty. I just never reached for it. I forced myself to use it like 3 times, but not enough used out of this, so I'm going to declutter it. We've decluttered 4 things. I'm going to keep the Fairy Book Cosmetics little palette here because I love the greens. The quality of this is so good, but it's so big and bulky, I am tempted to depot it. But so far, it's still like this. I am going to part ways with both of these little mini palettes. I think about this palette all the time for traveling, but I have such big makeup bags that I probably would be able to store somewhere else, so I'm going to declutter this little Visart palette. It's the Visart Petite Pro, but it's really pretty. We've decluttered 5. I'm also decluttering the e.l.f. and J. Kissa palette. It's good quality for being e.l.f. and it was limited edition with J. Kissa, which is great, and it was a great collaboration. I was happy to support her with this, but I never reached for this, and it's a very random color scheme, so declutter. I am tempted to declutter this, but I love mauves, and it was a gift, and I haven't gotten enough use out of it yet, so I'm going to keep the Dose of Color mauves. I love the all matte palette, but like I never reach for an all matte palette, you know? I'm definitely keeping both of my Lunar Beauty palettes here. The Moon Spell and the Greek Goddess. And obviously I'm going to keep the Jeffree Star Blue Blood, Blood Sugar, and Conspiracy palettes. Now let me pull this giant thing out so I can get back there. Alright, so back here, it's time to declutter the Mermaid Lagoon palette by Besame. I bought it. Look how cute. I kept it in the box and everything because it's literally the cutest thing in the world. And I really, really, really wanted this palette. But you know what? I swatched one shade, I think. I swatched 1 or 2 shades in here. Look how beautiful. Like, this is limited edition. I don't think you can get it anymore. And it was quite expensive. Like, it was like $50 probably. Yeah, I think I swatched this shade and this one. And the rest of it's brand new. So, and I still have the brush in here too, which is really, really cute. Do I want the brush? Oh, it says Mermaid Lagoon on it. I'll keep the brush in here, but I'm going to part ways with this beautiful, beautiful palette. Back here we have some Jeffree Star palettes that I never reached for. So we have the Androgyny, Beauty Killer, Jawbreaker, and Morphe and Jeffree Star. Which, why are we out of focus? Focus? I don't know. But I'm going to keep all these for video purposes. So in this drawer we have a lot of Colourpop, honestly, and I don't know if I'm going to declutter too much. I said I was declutter 10. I'm definitely going to declutter 10 for sure. So I'm going to declutter this palette. Where's my other one? Okay, here it is. So I have the Yes Please palette by Colourpop. This is my newer one. I depotted my original one for a video. And it's really cute, and I use this a ton, and I'm almost hitting pan on that yellow shade, honestly. But because this is depotted, and that's harder to show on camera, I am going to... I could probably put the Anastasia shadows in here. Oh no, that won't fit. I'm going to keep this one, declutter this one, but I love this palette dearly, so... yeah, I don't know. I might switch out, like I'll switch the yellows, so I'll keep the one that's almost hitting pan, so this one's like brand new in this one, so I'm gonna play around with these, declutter one of them. Next up in here we have a bunch of little tiny Colourpop palettes, if you can see these, so let's go through these really quickly. I just got the Go and Coconuts palette, so I'm going to keep this one for sure. These are kind of hard to open though. Keeping Going Coconuts. I just got it. I haven't even paid it off yet on Afterpay. Meant to Be. Love. I'm going to keep. Smoke Show. I Will Declutter. It's now called Blowing Smokes. This is like a limited edition packaging. Never mind. I'll keep it. I'll keep it just because it is like a limited edition packaging. And it looks beautiful when you open it up. But I don't reach for black that often. Honey, obviously I'm going to keep. It's like a solid, affordable yellow palette, and I love yellow shadow. Lilac You a lot. I will declutter this one. I really wanted to try this shade. I only used this palette once. But I will declutter this one. I hope everything's not out of focus this entire video. There we go. Hopefully everything wasn't out of focus for you. Yeah, I'm gonna declutter this one because I never use purple eyeshadow, and if I have purples thrown throughout other palettes, you know? Ooh La La palette, I never reach for this anymore, so I'm gonna declutter it. But it's a beautiful pink palette. I just have a lot of other pinks. Well, do I have a lot of other pinks? I don't know. I have enough pinks. I don't reach for pink that often. Proceed with Caution, I've yet to use. I keep talking about I need to use this. It's Colourpop and Makeup Shayla. But it's a really cute color scheme. I think it's really cohesive, so I'm going to keep it. Just My Luck. I love green shadows, right? But when do I ever use this? I like the slime. This is going to go in the maybe pile, too. I'll try to look at my other greens, because I haven't had that many greens in this one, the first drawer. Lovebird, I'm going to declutter. There's a Super Shock in here, which is pretty cool, but I only used it once, so it can go. Next little stacky stack here. Obviously keeping Tartelette and Bloom. Love. Which is why I don't need the Pizza Slice palette. Definitely keeping the Lethal Cosmetics. And the Mini Controversy. And the Mini Jawbreaker. Here's where it gets a little difficult. Dito Eco Earth. I think this is a stunning palette, but I don't really reach for it. So I'm just going to keep it for now. Because my only Dito palette that's like a beautiful color scheme that I really like. I have two Max of the Makeup palettes, which I'm going to keep because I'm an affiliate with them. Oh my god, it's beautiful, right? But when do I use this? I don't know what to do here. I don't use them. And there's no reason to keep them if I'm just an affiliate, you know? I will declutter Flower Child and keep the Somerset palette. Really? Am I going to do that? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But I'm going to say I'm decluttering this one for now. I'm going to keep this one because it's the newer one. So I only have 5 of these little Colourpop palettes now. It's kind of sad. I like having all the colors, but I don't need every single one because they released too many. Alright, next little stacky stack here. I'm going to keep all my Alter Ego palettes. I already know that. So Flutterby by Colourpop I'm going to keep. It's a very cool tone, pretty palette. I'm going to declutter by Birdie because I really used it for a video and like one other time. There's a Super Shock in here, which is kind of cool, but I should have waited a week for this one because I use this one a lot more. Goddess. You know I'm keeping this one. I love it so much. Aurora is brand new to me, so I'm going to keep this. Sahara. Keeping Love a Cool Tone. The Makeup Child by Makeup Monsters. This shadow was broken. I forgot to fix that last time. Why is my camera focus crap today? Oh my gosh. But I'm going to keep this. It's great for Halloween looks for Adam to use in his makeup bag. Tartelette Unleashed palettes. The packaging is beautiful. The color scheme in here is beautiful. I don't really reach for it. So I'm going to oh gosh. I'm going to declutter it. I love it. I do love it a lot, but if I have Flutterby and Tartelette and Bloom and Through My Eyes from Colourpop, I don't need this. It's very nice and it was kind of expensive. I do love a lot of these palettes, you guys, but I know people think I declutter something, it means I don't like it. That's not true at all. It just means I have one pair of eyes. There's no way I can use all these before they go bad and stuff. So I just have a lot of palettes, that's all. I'm going to, oh gosh. See, here's the thing, I'm decluttering all my Suva stuff, but that's the only thing I kept, and it was in my Try Beauty box like a little over a year ago, actually. I'm gonna declutter it, which sucks because it was in my Try box, and I'm like, that's like memories and stuff. But I'm really only keeping it to use, it will be this shade. And if I have the Meant to Be palette, this shade is like similar enough. So I'm going to declutter Block Party. I don't even know if it's still available or not. I don't need to keep things for sentimental reasons, other than the Gwen palette. So this can go. But it was lovely. Let's see. Edward Scissorhands I'm keeping because it's freaking Edward Scissorhands palette. Keeping. Let's see. My Gingerbread Spice and Extra Spicy palette. I'm going to keep both of these. This one's kind of new to me, so I've only used it like twice so far, but it's very pretty. And then, of course, the Gingerbread Spice is a classic, which I love. Except that one shade. It's garbage. But, love. After this, we have two Pinky Rose palettes. We have Bright Lights, which is great for neon shades if I need them. And Center Stage, which I got from Riley Rose one time, and it was really pretty. So I love this, and I love the mustardy yellow, so I'm going to keep both of these. This one's always on the chopping block of maybes, because I'm really keeping it for the lime green shade, but it's done. I don't have a lime green shade like that. I'm going, oh wait, this is an Alter Ego palette that I don't really reach for. I'll declutter this one. I have all the Alter Ego palettes, but I don't need this one. It's a dupe for Sultry, and it's really good quality, like Alter Ego's top tier quality, but I don't need this one, so I'm going to declutter this one. Sigma Enchanted, I am keeping. I just used it the other day, and I get a really pretty look out of it. With these like duochrome shades, so pretty. Keeping that. Obviously keeping the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. I don't reach for it as much as I should, but if I need a warm tone look, I have this in Blood Sugar, so that's all I really need for warm tones. See, this is where the completionist part of me has issues. So I'm like, I have all the Alter Ego palettes, I have all the Max of the Makeup palettes. But if you're not using one, don't keep it, Bridget. It's a hard life out here. It's really not. This is such a stupid thing to worry about, needing every single palette. It's so dumb. Okay, I'm going to keep the NYX Ultimate palette. I'll probably actually give this to Adam. He does like costumey looks. It's good to like for reference. I said I was decluttering this last time, but like since I'll never really get anything back from it, it's good to have a reference for colors. But you know, I'm gonna say I'm keeping it, but probably it's gonna go in like another Alex drawer. I'm going to declutter the Off Tropics palette. This was a gift from Betty Jean, and I'm really grateful for it. But really, I've really been using the orange, and that's it. So I can probably pass it along to another friend who would use it more than me, because I have other oranges that I like. But I am really appreciative of her. I love her very much, but I don't know, I never reach for it. Maybe this is so small I get lost, but I don't know. The Lorac California Dreaming palette. The sentimental attachment to this palette is real, you guys, but let's be honest, it's not going to be great quality forever, and I'm not reaching for it, so it is time to part ways with him. He's a beauty. This kitty cat shade is legendary, you guys. Legendary. But it's time, I think. Sentimental reasons are not a good reason to keep makeup, because it's not going to last forever, so declutter. I know. I'm feeling the same way about this declutter. I don't know what's going on. Ace Beauté Scarlet Dusk. I think I swatched 2 shades in here for a look on Instagram. It's good. It's a good pinky looking palette, honestly. Looking at it, there's some good pink tones in here. But I know I just saw this shade, which is the one that's speaking to me, in the Queen of Hearts palette. So, declutter. And then we have the Vintage Dawn, which I'm definitely decluttering, which is very pretty. But again, I swatched 2 shades. I made one look using both palettes on Instagram, and I don't need them. Okay, Folly Fire Cinescope Palette. Syncope palette. Packaging's really cute, but this shade came broken. I had to repress it. But I don't see myself reaching for this at all, so it can go for sure. But the packaging is so stunning. Like, that's beautiful. But I never reached for it. I repressed it and I left it alone, so I don't need it. Let's see. What's next? Disney Midnight Masquerade by Colourpop. I'm going to keep this one because I like these kind of shades. But, yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't need it. But I'm going to keep it anyways. Half these palettes. I don't need them, but I'm going to keep it. Definitely keeping Through My Eyes by Colourpop. Oh my god! I love it so much. I love it so much. It's great. I feel like that's a good reason to keep something. Come As You Are palette by Carity. I just did a really cute look in a video sponsored by them, so I'm going to keep this palette because I love the grungier colors. But the formula is a little on the drier side, but it's still really easy to work with, so keeping this one. And I'm so keeping, I can't believe they discontinued this. Like, I really cannot physically believe they discontinued this. If I can ever get it out, it's stuck. Queen of Hearts, why are you such a big palette? The Deep Sea Luster palette by Kaleidos. This is their first ever palette. Stunning. It's messy in here, but these duochromes are out of this world. Like, unbelievably beautiful. So I'm so keeping this. I cannot believe you can't get this anymore. It's crazy to me. Alright, let me move this stuff and get back here for these rest of the palettes. Alright, so we have this little magnetic-y palette here. We have some shades from Sugar Pill in here, which is like, what's this called, like Buttercup or Buttermilk or something? Butter Cupcake, and some green ones. I'm keeping these because they're my cute little Sugar Pill shadows. I'm gonna keep these. Oh gosh, this is where it gets hard. Flamingo palette by Violet Voss. I never reach for this. But there's some shades in here that are really unique. Like, I don't have a dupe for Flip Flops. But because I don't reach for it, and I think I've used maybe 4 shades, I need to part ways with it. But I'm so appreciative to even, like, had this to try. So, it's lovely. There's some great pastels in here, but I'm not reaching for it, so it's time for it to go. Unfortunately. Definitely decluttering the Manny MUA Glam palette with Morphe. Love you, Manny. This palette, I reviewed it, never touched it again. Here we go with some, okay, I don't know what to do with these, because I use a couple of them, right? I used a couple of them, but I'll never use, like, the glitters and stuff, so I don't know. I'm gonna stick this to the side, I guess. See, I don't know. I don't know, because these are really good, like, this one's Ofra. What's this one? Makeup Geek. Ofra. Colourpop. Morphe. Ofra. Bee Dumplings Cosmetics. Or this Glitter Injections. The one just says NYX on it. Colourpop. So there's like a good mix of stuff in here. Like, it's such a good mix of brands. But I don't know. Colored Rain. I don't know what to do with these. I don't reach for them. But there's a couple in here that I really like. So I'm going to stick this to the side and figure it out later. So, I don't know what to do with that, really. I don't know what to do with it. Because I'm very appreciative to have them, but I'm not reaching for them lately. This is a custom Z palette someone painted me, which is appreciated very much. These are depotted Colourpop shadows, so we have a little bit of the I Think I Love You palette, You Had Me at Hello, My Little Pony. I'm going to part ways with this entire thing, see if I can give it to a friend who would like these Colourpop shadows. Because I have a lot of Colourpop palettes already. I don't need these. Next up in here is Thirsty by Jeffree Star. Keeping, sorry my computer's so loud too if you can hear that. The Sweater Weather palette by Max with the Makeup I'm going to keep as well. But I never reached for it, unfortunately. But, keeping. Yeah, let's keep these. So, I'm going to put all these back, and then I'll count how many we decluttered. Is it bad that I don't want to keep this in this box? I feel like this box gets in the way. Is that bad? The box is broken, so is it bad to not keep this in the box, you guys? Because everyone else does, that's why I did. You guys can let me know if it's like really, really bad to not keep this in the box. I feel like this is a lot more convenient than unwrapping this big box, so I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to wait till I upload this video, tell me if it's really wrong to get rid of it or not. So my two maybe palettes were the Zulu and the Just My Luck. I'm going to declutter them. I just don't have, I love Zulu, right? I love Zulu. I always have. But I'm not reaching for it that often, and these take up too much room. They're too tall, so I'm going to declutter Zulu, and I'm also going to declutter Just My Luck because I do have a lot of other greens in my collection. But it's lovely, but yeah. Both baby pile things are going to go. If I was considering it, I don't need it. Alrighty, so all together today we decluttered 27 palettes, which includes a bunch of like singles from other palettes and stuff. So 27 palettes are going today, which is really good considering I didn't know if I was going to declutter 10. I'm going to list most of these on my Depop. A couple of them I will give to like friends and stuff, and I have some other stuff I'm going to list on my Depop too, so definitely go check that out. I'd appreciate it, and thank you guys so much for watching this declutter. I did really well. Like, I have a lot more room, sorry, hiccup, and I can actually like move my palettes around, see them and stuff, so it's pretty good. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.